Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the 2021 Wisconsin Youth Company's celebration of Lights on After School. I'm so glad that all of you could join us here today. It makes me happy to have all of you here celebrating Lights on After School, shining a light on the importance of these programs. Because if you're here, it means that you already know and understand the importance of after school. You understand that it's more than an extra recess or a healthy snack, that it's an important place for children to develop social emotional skills, for children to learn from adult role models, for children to be together. And I think especially this year, it's so important to celebrate that. So thank you. Thank you for coming to celebrate Lights on After School with us today. Lights on After School is a national movement. It's celebrated all across the country in different cities and different programs. Everybody is doing something today to shine a light on after school, to talk about, to celebrate, to be excited about what these programs mean to children and families. So I want to say thank you today for a couple of different participants. I want to say thank you first to our staff for putting on this event and for showing up to do the work every day. In many ways this year, our staff showed up in new and different ways. When schools were closed to in-person learning, our staff showed up every day, all day, to provide in-person childcare while children were participating in virtual school. Our staff showed up to countless meetings, many hours of reviewing CDC guidelines and local public health regulations and American Academy of Pediatrics guidelines to develop safe and healthy programs in the midst of the pandemic to really mitigate the spread of COVID. And to this day, I'm excited to say we have not had any transmission of COVID-19 in Wisconsin Youth Company programs. I want to say thank you to the staff who planned this event, who worked hard, and we're excited to make something happen to really shine a light on the work that we all do. And I want to say thank you to our families and our community members, our kids who show up every day, our kids who have been so flexible and so adaptable throughout this pandemic. They've really shown us and taught us that we can be creative problem solvers, that we can adapt and be flexible, even though sometimes that's harder for grown-ups than it is for kids. And I want to say a special thank you to our donors and supporters. This year has proven to be very challenging in many ways, and it's really the support of our community, financially, with volunteer time, even simple thank you notes to say your work is important and appreciated. And today we're very fortunate to have mayors from both Waukesha and the city of Madison to talk about how, as a community, after school is important to all of us. I think we've seen this year especially how important it is for the economic growth of our communities to have safe places for children to be while parents are working. So I want to say thank you to everyone for coming today to shine a light on after school. Because if you're here, you know that these programs are important. They allow parents to continue working. They allow children to develop and learn new skills while having fun with each other and with caring adults. And they allow for economic growth in our community to happen. So thank you for participating. And if you're here, you probably also know that there are not enough after-school programs to go around. There are not enough spaces for all of the children and families who need and want to participate. So thank you for showing up to shine a light on that, to say, we want this in our communities, we want to support it. Throughout this year, I've been so proud to be a part of a community, a team of creative problem solvers, people who are solution focused, who understand that families and children need us, that after school is valuable, and who are willing to come to work, to show up, to participate, to donate, to really make that work happen. It takes all of us. Raising children to be responsible humans who care about each other and the world that we live in is an important job. We say it's even essential, that it takes all of us, not just parents, not just school teachers, but our whole community to come together and say, we want to nurture these children and have them grow. Even in the midst of a pandemic, we're going to figure out how to do that best. And so that's what this celebration is about this year, is shining a light on that work, making it visible and saying, this is important. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up and shining a light on After School today. We appreciate you. We are proud and happy to be a part of this community, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you for joining Wisconsin Youth Company, where kids thrive beyond the school day.
Today, I'm excited to be recognizing the important role that after-school programs play in our community, supporting kids and working parents. I believe after-school staff do some of the most essential work that happens in our city, caring for kids, providing them opportunities to learn new things, to practice new skills, nurturing and developing their identity, and creating spaces where kids are loved for who they are. All this is work that matters. I want folks to know that as mayor, I really value after-school programming, particularly these last couple of years when after-school organizations were expected to serve so many different roles in young people's lives. Throughout the pandemic, after-school organizations delivered meals to families, supported over 5,000 students during in-person after-school programs while schools were closed. They helped young people process the most complicated world event in recent memory. This is why I am proud to proclaim today as Lights On After School Day in Madison, to recognize the enormous contributions that after-school organizations give to our community.
After school is essential to providing support for children and families beyond the school day. Most grown-ups agree that after school is an important part of their community. Since the start of the pandemic, after-school staff have stepped up, adapting to provide full-day programs to support children with virtual school and ensure parents and guardians can continue working. We partnered with schools to deliver meals to children who rely on schools for breakfast and lunch. As schools return to in-person, After School gives children a safe space outside of school hours to play, learn, and try new things. After School is vital for parents whose workday doesn't end when the school day does. In after-school programs, children practice reading and math, develop social-emotional skills, and get to play outside. Unfortunately, not every child has access to an after-school program. For every child enrolled in Wisconsin, there are 2 children waiting for an available spot. It's hard work helping children grow and thrive, and we can't do it alone. To find out how you can be part of growing access to after school, visit us at wisconsиnyouthcompany.org/get-involved with us. Thank you.